I always thought I had my life figured out. Since I was a kid, the plan was simple: become a doctor, graduate, clear NEET PG, start residency. Simple. Not because anyone forced me to, not because it sounded impressive, but it just felt like that was exactly what I was meant to do in life. And honestly, it was simple, at least on paper. Hi, I'm Dr. Vinu. I graduated from MBBS in 2025 and wrote the biggest exam of some of our lives. The one that decides what we become, the hardest obstacle to cross. Or so I thought. Somewhere between finishing med school and standing at the edge of residency, the plan stopped feeling simple. I had an identity crisis of sorts. I've written the exam thinking I know what branch I want to go into, but I started realizing that following a plan and understanding yourself are two different things. For years, I had been running and chasing a dream because it made sense. Study, prepare, clear exams, and keep going. And I did. But when the time came to actually choose what kind of doctor I wanted to become, I felt the weight of it. Not pressure from other people, just pressure from myself. Because this wasn't about ticking the correct answer on a competitive exam anymore. It was about deciding what my everyday life would look like for years. What kind of patients I'd see, what kind of problems I'd solve, what kind of person I'd become. And suddenly, the simple plan did feel so simple. I had moments where I questioned everything, and my parents, friends, and family are the only people that kept me sane during these times. I want to say that I didn't succumb and crumble under the pressure, but I did. What helped greatly was taking trips, going to my hometown, being around nature, baking, eating, and meeting friends. The little things can make you realize your own humanity. I pondered if I was choosing based on comfort, or fear, or ego, or glamour, or expectation. And that uncertainty was uncomfortable. But instead of rushing to silence it, I let myself sit with it. I stopped asking, what sounds impressive? And started asking, where do I feel steady? Excited, adrenaline filled, but steady. And every time I pictured myself in ENT, I felt calm. I liked that it had the balance of both medicine and surgery. I liked the multiple pathways that open up with it. I liked that it demanded high skill but also patience. I did an observership in ENT that cemented these feelings further. It didn't feel loud, it didn't feel flashy, it just felt right. And I think for a long time, I confused intensity with clarity. I thought the right decision would feel overwhelming, like fireworks. But it didn't. It felt quiet, like something settling into place. Choosing ENT wasn't a dramatic turning point. It was a quiet acceptance. I don't have every fear figured out. Residency will be hard, I know that. There are still doubts I'm working through. But for the first time in a while, I'm not choosing from pressure. I'm choosing from clarity. And that feels enough.